Given that should it at least be passed in the near term, or how do you expect that to at least color the country's growth prospects here? I mean, the DBCC has already revised its projections to 6 to 7%, and you have a number of multilaterals already trimming or at least modifying their forecast for the year. The latest of which is Moody's. So, what are you expecting here when it comes to growth outlook here for the Philippines?
I'd like to refer to it more as an recovery rate. If we look at the GDP development, so NEDA modified its forecast to 6 to 7%. This is still far from the 9.3 or 9.5% decline that we experienced from the start of 2020. I'd like to see more of anywhere between 9.5% to 10% growth rate next year. So, with NEDA saying that it will only we will only achieve 6 to 7%, it's not a good. It's not exactly good news to everybody. That means that we are still expecting below recovery rates come next year. And I think this is where the latest Moody's statement that the Philippine growth rate will probably take until the end of next year before we go back to the pre-pandemic days. What does that mean? More joblessness, more economic dislocations, more hunger. So 6% to 7%, I think, should be pushed higher.
But would you say that at least even at that level, 6 to 7%, are you saying that's still highly achievable for 2021?
Well, given where we are right now, we are at 4.3% decline, and they're saying that we still have 6 to 7 months to recover. I hope so, but I think we have to be realistic. Unless the platform for economic, the trajectory for economic growth is set, and particularly strengthening the consumption or the purchasing power of the people is established, I am not very optimistic that we will be able to achieve that. I'm just hoping that we'll go back to 0%. Which is already, I think, realistic right now at 4.3%. That means that we are still way below where we were before. So I think the baseline that we should set here is 9.3% or 9.5%, which was the last economic growth rate that we saw before the pandemic.